Let's take a look at some sports now. Here's Gimba Umar.
Well, thanks indeed, Ijoma. The Confederation of African Football have fined the Nigeria Football Federation $5,000 for overcrowding and lack of security during the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Egypt in Kaduna in March. On March the 29th, the gates of the Ahmadu Bello Stadium in Kaduna, venue of the match, were thrown open for football fans, causing over 50,000 spectators to cram into the 15,000 capacity stadium. The Rivers State government has approved the immediate payment of sign-on fees to former Sharks and Dolphin players for the 2013-2014 season. This gesture by the state government is as a result of the recent performances of Rivers United in the ongoing Nigeria Football League. Well, the team has been impressive in its outings, dispatching the log leaders Enugu Rangers 3-1 in Port Harcourt on May the 1st, before following it up with a 1-0 away victory over Warri Wolves on Sunday. And former UEFA President Michel Platini will resign as head of the European football body after the Court of Arbitration for Sport reduced his 6-year ban from football to 4 years. General Secretary Theodoris and Angel Maria are frontrunners to replace Platini as of the European soccer governing body. Presidents of the Dutch and Italian football associations are also in the run-in, while former Manchester United chief David Gills has an outside chance. And Brazil's anti-doping laboratory has begun its operational phase 3 months before the start of the Olympic Games in Rio. The federal government invested a total of $42.5 million into the laboratory, which will function as a 24-hour day, 7-day-a-week during the Games, with a further $12.3 million operational budget. Almost all the apparatus used in the laboratory were imported to Brazil and will be used in universities and public institutions following the Games. And that's it on Sports News. Back to you, Joma, for the rest of the news at 10.
Thanks a lot, Gimba. The president is in Katsina State to open the Katsina State Economic and Investment Summit tomorrow. President Muhammadu Buhari, who arrived in the town earlier today, is expected to hold several meetings with the Emir of Katsina and other stakeholders before declaring the summit open. The event is expected to kick off around 10 a.m. and will attract local and foreign investors as key participants at the summit. Well, tragedy struck in Rwanda when 53 people were killed by a landslide caused by heavy rain. Some 500 homes were said to have been destroyed in the disaster. The country has recorded deadly mudslides already this year, claiming the lives of 70 people altogether. But journalists in the country say this is the worst yet. The country is, however, prone to such disasters, even erosion, as it's made up of hills and valleys. But recent incidents have also been blamed on the weather, bringing heavier rains to the region. The International Consortium of Investigative Journalists has gone ahead to publish details of more than 200,000 offshore accounts in the Panama Papers affair. The ICIJ insists today's online database will not be a data dump of the kind used by the WikiLeaks organization. It says the database will not include records of bank accounts and financial transactions, emails and other correspondence, passports and telephone numbers, and that the selected and limited information is being published in the public's interest. Earlier today, 300 economists signed a letter urging world leaders to end the tax haven, saying they only benefited rich individuals and multinational corporations while boosting inequality. And Brazil's President Dilma Rousseff could continue as president following an annulment in the lower house that allowed the proceedings to go on to the Senate. The Senate had been scheduled to vote on whether to start an impeachment trial this Wednesday, but it's not clear whether the vote will continue. The acting speaker of the country's lower house said there had been irregularities during the lower session in which its members overwhelmingly voted in favor of the impeachment process going ahead. He said members of the lower house should not have publicly announced what the position was prior to the vote, and that it had been wrong of party leaders to instruct their members how to vote. On entertainment news tonight, singer Nice and producer Kabasa reunite on stage after half a decade of going their separate ways. Here's Mayowa Gundele with more.
Many thanks. Here are trending entertainment stories. Emerging Afrofusion artist Gaze staged his debut Korisodi concert in Lagos over the weekend, attracting music lovers, other entertainers, as well as friends and family to a night of country's music and comedy. Major highlights of the event include the premiere of the new music video Titi Lai, as well as the reunion of popular act Nice and producer ID Kabasa, who joined Gaze on stage to perform the hit song Street Credibility, about 6 years after their last performance together. Filmmaker Lancelot Oduaima led the cast and crew of his latest film ATM to its red carpet premiere over the weekend. The comedy, with the full meaning being authentic tentative marriage, stars Alex Ekubo, Von Jegede, Francis Ojega, as well as comedian Onyibo Princess. The movie follows the story of a young man who tries to climb the ladder of success by internet fraud. Ghanaian stars Efia, R2Bs and Mr. Easy have joined Nigerian pop star Wizkid's label Starboy Worldwide. The Ojuelegba Crooner made the announcement at the just concluded Ghana Music Awards, where he won the African Artist of the Year prize. He also revealed one half of duo R2Bs, Omar Sterling, is now the president of the label. Now to new music. Nigeria's foremost showbiz duo 2 has released a video for Bianu, a track from their album 2+. Rendered in both English and Igbo languages, the song features flaws, while the video was directed by Clarence Peters and features traditional dances from Eastern Nigeria. Singer Humble Smith also served the visuals to his latest song, Jukwese, featuring highlight singer Flavor. The video was also shot by Clarence Peters.
My lady, come to me, let me teach you how to love. Also, show you are the finest things you really need to know. Spending money for no reason, you deserve more than that. Let me smile for me, I'm a humble. John Dumelo and Juliet Ibrahim take lead roles in upcoming short film Hope. Produced and directed by Juliet Ibrahim, Hope follows the story of a couple whose marriage is headed for the rocks as the husband engages in an extramarital affair. The situation becomes worse as Leo, the husband, contracts the HIV virus and his wife becomes pregnant.
Our baby is 3 months old now.
And that's it on entertainment. Many thanks for watching. Let's head back to the news.
Thanks a lot, Mayowa. And the main news again. The Nigerian military today barred journalists from covering the court-martial of 2 army generals, which is taking place in Abuja, citing a need to avoid jeopardizing the army's operations. Also, the former aviation minister, Femi Fani-Kayode, has spent the whole of today at the headquarters of the EFCC in Abuja, where he's being grilled over allegations of money laundering. Although reports said his continued detention at the EFCC followed his alleged inability to meet certain conditions for his freedom, his lawyer told Channels Television that the former minister has not been given any bail conditions whatsoever. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Hunyato. Have a good night.